it's like a total knockoff of Brooke Shields doing Calvin Klein when I was a kid. And I remember that very clearly when that ad came out and what that was and how ridiculous it was that they were sexualizing her because she was a child. Now,
yes.
Sydney Sweeney is an adult, from my understanding, correct?
Yes, she's an adult. I think she's 27 or something like that.
Okay. So this is, from that, in that respect, that's different right away. But I do know that they were trying to go for that vibe that Brooke Shields had.
Scroll down for a second, Colin. I just want people to see the image. So this is in front of the American Eagle headquarters in New York City. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. She's wearing blue jeans. They're referring to, initially the ad was the word jeans as in G-E-N-E-S, and then it got X'd out, and then the word jeans was written there. Honestly, I hate this culture war shit. I really do. People.
I don't have a problem with any of that. Like that's just people. Honestly, we have serious issues with racism and systemic rot of our systems and supremacy and colonialism. We have some serious frigging issues. This woman's blue jean ad is so not even, shouldn't even be like, it's not. Yes, well, we have a capitalist society that over-sexualizes women and also is based on white supremacy. Yes.
And again, this is the problem with the ad campaign, this whole idea of we are trying to target a white audience. Even if that is the case, there's plenty of advertising that goes on out there that people want to target for specific reasons. Again, Sydney Sweeney is somebody's cup of tea. She's not mine, but there are men out there who obviously like looking at her.
Well, we don't need to keep looking at her, so take it down.
She wasn't like she was just picked at random, but
no, she's obviously popular enough that it made sense for them to use her as a model.
So, Colin, can you grab the 3 tweets that I sent you earlier? So the real story here is about not Sydney Sweeney. It's about
we need to preface this. You gotta work on your
I'm trying to. You're cutting me off. What do you want to say?
We need to say.
You go.
I'm going to prelude this with Peter had this idea that in order to cover this, we need to cover it differently. So we're going to cover it differently. So we don't really care one way or the other about the Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, right? Like that's stupid. So, but what Peter has done is he's taking it to the next level. So we have a whole, like there's this whole new sort of, it has a story on the story.
We're calling this for now. We'll come up with a different term if you guys think
Zios Among Us.
No. Zios Among Us.
No, it's not. It's not. It needs to be basically our form of contribution to BDS. Information wherein you need to know who runs what companies where and shop accordingly. And this is one of those stories. So while everybody's talking about the jeans ad, and the white supremacy with the jeans ad, which, yeah, I get it. The bigger issue is the white supremacy of the corporation. So here we go.
In terms of the accounts on social media that I think do a really great job, I think Z Squirrel is as good as any you're going to find in terms of in-depth research. And it should come as no surprise, American Eagle stock is up 25%. They did exactly what they intended to do. They knew exactly what type of controversy this ad was going to cause. And clearly it did.
I still don't understand really why.
Because with all due respect, and I understand there's a lot of sensitive people out there, but a lot of sensitive people ran with this idea that this American Eagle ad was a promotion of eugenics. Or was a promotion of white supremacy, and the only attractive people are white women with big boobs. It's like,
okay, so the problem I have with that premise, and again, that is definitely a cultural problem that we've been seeing systemic my whole life. And we know that colorism is a thing in terms of like lightness, darkness, and that is absolutely 100% real.
Yeah, I get it.
But then what we're saying is, so then anytime a white person does an ad where you're claiming you're so pretty. Well, any of them are going to claim that they're promoting a product, right? Like that's the product. The product is the jeans. So you're going to promote the jeans. Now, what if, let's say, for example, that was a black model and they did that? I would feel exactly the same way that I feel. Okay, so it's a really pretty girl and she's got good genes because she's pretty. Like that's what I would think. So I get that it is white supremacist based because of our life here, but pretty could just be pretty too. This is about somebody pretty wearing jeans, right? Like that's the premise. So I don't know. I mean, it's all white supremacy, but the bigger issue is what we're going to talk about.
Yes. And that's why, like I said, I don't particularly find this to be as, again, if it were up to me and you want to do a good jeans type ad, you could have done one with a black woman, a white woman, a Spanish woman, an Asian woman, whatever. The really important issue here that, of course, has been completely swept under the rug, that very few people are aware of or paying attention to is this. So from Z Squirrel, since Trump just posted about Sydney Sweeney, American Eagle ad, apparently Sydney Sweeney is a Republican. So now they're really running with this thing and trying to make it a dividing line. So trying to launder himself as an epic-based anti-woke hero through it, it's worth pointing out that the CEO of American Eagle is fanatical genocidal Zionist Jay Schottenstein, who is close personal friends with Netanyahu. They stoked this asinine contrived culture war bullshit to desperately try to claw young conservatives back to their side through OMG the Wokes hysteria, while deflecting attention away from their precious Israeli death and rape cult's ongoing genocide.
That's the story. The story is that the CEO of American Eagle is a Zion Nazi.
Oh yeah.
And one of the benefits of this controversy is the distraction and more cover for the Holocaust that's going on. So that's the bigger story. And again, I am not saying that we don't have a serious white supremacy problem in this country. I'm not saying that at all. But I just, with this ad in particular, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Another typical Zionist move from American Eagle CEO Jay Schottenstein. For U.S. ads like the Sydney Sweeney one, he shows women in revealing clothing. But in Israel, he bans women from performing in his concerts to not offend conservative Jews, shape-shifting from hyper-woke to anti-woke as it suits his interests. Well, of course, as a billionaire, it's always about the bottom line. That should come as no surprise.
Yeah.
And then we have one more, I believe, Colin. Fanatical, genocidal Zionist American Eagle CEO Jay Schottenstein, who funded Netanyahu's primary campaign. I mean, it's one thing to support the state of Israel. It's another thing to be a Zion Nazi. It's another thing to actually put your hands into Palestinian blood. And he has done just that. He has been funding Netanyahu's political career for decades. The CEO of American Eagle, who's worth billions of dollars. So when we talk about in this country, why is it so difficult for us to cut ties with Israel? It's because the billionaire hierarchy ruling class, I'm not saying it's all of them because it's not all of them, but is it a substantial portion of the billionaire class that is on board with the state of Israel through thick and thin, no matter what they do? The answer is yes. And when you have this type of money and power, it's very easy to manipulate the masses. And this is just American Eagle. This is not that impressive of a company. Look back at the list from earlier in the live stream with Francesca Albanese and the ones that she covered. Yeah. Those real powerful corporations, and they're all on board with Israel. This is a shit can of a, cheap Southeast Asian made department store clothing. There's nothing impressive about it. But he uses the money that he makes from you people going into his store and buying his clothing and giving it to Israel to commit genocide. It's hyperbolic to say that about everybody, but it is not hyperbolic to say it about Jay Schottenstein. We know he's doing that. So if you're going to BDS anybody, BDS the shit out of American Eagle.
And not because of the Sydney Sweeney ad.
The biggest mistake that motherfucker could have made was making an ad like this, giving himself a big financial boost, but now people are going to find out what a depraved motherfucker.
Right. I didn't know, but I wouldn't have shopped there anyway because I just don't shop in places like that.
Exactly. Also, set up a fund for the Israeli rape army when it began its ongoing genocide. So there's the proof. So you know he's funding the IDF. This is a pure Israeli Mossad asset who just randomly decided to launch a bullshit contrived culture war discourse when Trump's MAGA base was turning on him over him being exposed as a Zionist Epstein Mossad pedophile rapist. And now he's using it, again, Z Squirrel's words, not mine or Jen's. And now he's using it to launder himself as being actually epic and base. No, what he's doing is he's going to break his own empire as a result. That's what he's doing. I have no sympathy. I'm sure you don't either.
No, not even a little bit. No.
So now we have to talk about this article. American Eagle CEO co-founds fund to support Gold Star families in Israel.
When is this from?
Today. Colin?
The article is from today?
No, this is from the article is from January of 2024.
Okay.
American entrepreneurs and philanthropists, God, I hate when people write this wrong. American entrepreneur and philanthropist Jay Schottenstein, the chief executive officer of American Eagle, and Robert H. Book are launching the Fallen Heroes Fund.
Oh my God.
A global
So this
effort.
is their contribution in January of 24. This is what the CEO of American Eagle was doing, was launching this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A global effort providing immediate financial and emotional support of the families of fallen Israeli Defense Forces soldiers and first responders on Tuesday. The total disconnect from their actions on the Palestinians. There's a reason why people hate them. And it's easy to see that. The Fallen Heroes Fund is a direct response to the October 7th Hamas attacks on Israel. The fund's mission is to come together with empathy and strength for the parents, children, and spouses of those who have died.
Well, is he putting together a fund for the 500,000 Palestinians that have died families?
Scroll up for a second, Colin. Let's look at this Jay Schottenstein. Does this look like a guy who truly cares about the average Palestinian?
No, but he could have afforded better veneers.
Yeah, his entire, it's almost
he
like
could have afforded better veneers. That's
he couldn't fit his mouth properly. That's really bad.
I'm just saying. Anywho. Yeah. But that's why I think Trump could afford better hair. So,
listen,
that was something I never understood either. It's like, if you've got money, why would you walk around looking like this?
Because I am a really great looking guy and you know it and everyone else knows it. And this is where the kind of whole tie-in, when it comes to what Trump is doing right now, which is
he has glasses and bad teeth, Travers. That's not good genes. You're right. He's got some shitty ass genes.
Yeah, he doesn't have good genes.
Clearly.
Maybe he pays Sydney Sweeney to have some. It's
at least she's an adult. That's all I get, which is why I didn't pay any attention to it. It wasn't like when Brooke Shields did it. And it was so obviously like lechy and disgusting that they allowed that to happen.
But I want you guys to look at this guy. This is the face of Zionism. This is a rich, old white dude who is the CEO of a company in which he sells products targeted to a younger audience, and his products are made in countries that employ slave labor. Geno genes, or genocidal genes.
Geno genes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an evil person. And they know that they're evil. His ego is so big.
How big is it?
Big enough that he might actually destroy his own business as a result. Because when people realize that this is a full-blown Zionist project, that's what American Eagle is.
Well, and so here's the thing. So he got a bump from a whole bunch of the, America First MAGA people or whatever, because of the whole, we don't want that woke culture shit. So
I'm not even necessarily saying that that's what the bump came from. I think it was a well-executed advertisement.
Okay. But now wait till those people now realize that they're, this ad that they're liking is supported by this guy.
Who's to say that a shitload of them that bought the jeans are not going to now go back and return them? Like, oh, I'm not supporting this shit. Okay, so he sees a bump.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he could look. Hopefully, more and more people start, boycotting and avoiding any sort of, patronage of any company that's affiliated with genocide. And it is extremely difficult to do. Like I said, that list that Francesca Albanese put forward would essentially encompass most things.
And I think Zane is right too. I mean, it's the beginning of August. It is the back to school rush. So there is something to be said for that. But yeah, I think that if we get lucky, if we catch lightning in a bottle tomorrow and this clip goes viral in any capacity, 10,000 plus people, 20,000 plus people end up seeing it and sharing it, and others make comments on it. And other people like Sabby and
they tell three more and they tell three more and more and more and more.
But as funny as that may sound, it's the truth. Because many people don't, again, I didn't know this. I didn't bother to check to see if the CEO of American Eagle was affiliated with Zionism, but credit to Z Squirrel for pointing it out. And now it's on us. It's our obligation to get it out there to as many people as we can.